Oh, hi guys, hello, it's been a while. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to today's video. I'm not gonna go back and introducing myself. We already know each other, okay? But once again, a very big thanks for those who have already subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate that. Those who haven't done that, please take a time to subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever you like. It will be appreciated. But of course, I can never proceed without first talking to my IEN community. Guys, I know that you are busy with your applications. So do your application, do the process. So the reason today I'm not doing anything about related to our application process, I want to give you time to start your application. Because once you start your application, it's going to be easy for you to follow what we're talking about into the video. Whatever process I'm talking about in the application process, at least you'll have an understanding. You'll be able to ask some questions, get some clarity where it's not so clear. So start that application process. Remember, later sometimes become never. So do it now. Don't delay any time. Don't delay any moment. You can never know. You might miss out on a very great opportunity. As I already said, those who are interested, just trying something different. I'm not saying that Canada flowers and roses. No, it's not. Every country has got its own, good and the bad. So it's just if you just want to try something different, as I did. So yeah. So today, what are we talking about? Today, guys, I'm just doing some fun facts. Today, I'm just doing some differences between South Africa and Canada. So we're just going to talk about these fun facts and we're going to see which country takes the crown. As you know that each country has got its own unique things that you might never find or might find different from each country. And I find it a little bit funny. So these are the things I just want to talk about today. So guys, without wasting any time, the first thing I want to talk about is socialization. Okay, how easy it is to socialize in Canada, how easy it is to make friends, build the relationships, at work, outside work in Canada compared to South Africa. Guys, it's so different. It's so different. Once again, it's my personal opinion. Might be different from you. Maybe it was different from you. We're different because we've got different personalities, things like that. But I just want to share my personal experience on socialization in Canada compared to South Africa. Guys, I find it, oh no, Canada is not easy to make friends. It's not easy. Whether at work, whether outside work, it's like kind of impossible. It's just so impossible to make friends here. It's so funny, guys. Even when I'm off for 4 days, I have no one I can say that, oh my goodness, I'm going out with my friend from work, I'm hooking up with somebody, we're catching up over a cup of coffee. No. Here at work is just work. You go to work, do your work. After that, that's it. Goodbye. See you again when we clock in. And that's it. Yes, people, they're friends at work, but it's like there's a boundary. It's just work, nothing more than that, And I find that even if me coming from South Africa, as you know how sociable we are as South Africans, even if I'm like trying to say, hey, after work, what are you doing? Okay, can I have your number? It's like, hello, madam, you are infringing on my personal space, So I actually have even given up. I've stopped even doing that. I've taken some few of, people that I could see that at least I can build up, some friendship with them, go out on my off, but guys, I find it's so different. It's very, very, very different. So when you move to Canada, be ready, guys. You're gonna live a solo life, okay? You're gonna enjoy. You're just gonna be by yourself. If you don't enjoy your company, start enjoying your own company, because that's all that is gonna be when you're in Canada. But anyway, it's nice. It gives you time, to, focus on yourself, focus on your life, focus on your kids, your family, and all that. And this is whereby I say that now you're gonna also value, the friendship. You're gonna value, with your family, your sisters, your brothers, because these are the people really you're gonna reach out to each time when you're off, when you're lonely, you are frustrated, you're exhausted. You are gonna reach out to your family members. So really, I guess that's a good thing on this side. Not to say, oh, I don't care about them. No, you are gonna care about them. Okay, so that's what I find in Canada, guys. It's so different to make friends. It's very difficult. Even if you're so, like, sometimes I find that even us, like we people coming like from my continent, sometimes I feel like, oh, I see my sister. Hello. I'm like, oh, my sister doesn't want. It's like, hey, please leave me alone, mind your own business. Okay, so yeah, that's how it is, guys. But anyway, it's not like at home, wherever we go, we make friends. Like if you're new in South Africa, we know that you are new in South Africa, we have no family. We invite you on your say, hey, come join us. We're having a picnic, we're going out, would you like to join us? Not in Canada. At work, nobody talks about social, it's just work. I don't know, maybe because I'm still new, people maybe, maybe later on, but in the beginning of which I find that this is the time people should be more inviting, more open to make you feel at home, but it's not. Really, it's just gonna be you and your family. If you're alone, I don't know, but at least I've got my kids, so most of the time it's just the two of us. So yeah, that's how it is, guys. So in that aspects of socialization, I really feel that, wow, now Canada, you've got, there is, you still have a long way to do to make people feel sociable, like, especially when they come, make them feel invited, try, make them feel, that, okay, you can reach out to us, so yeah, that's the thing. Actually, guys, even my kids, like my kids, they are teenagers, so they're at school. And at school in South Africa, they were having friends and all that stuff. They struggled, even at school until today, they struggle to actually make friends, build relationship. And teenagers, they're in the stage in their life whereby making friends, building a relationship is so important, because they're trying to find out who they are, things like that. But it's very, very, very challenging. So yeah. That's it. So without talking any further, guys, so who takes the crown between socialization? No offense, Canada. No offense. Mzansi, South Africa, you take the crown. Socialization, South Africa, you rock. Yeah, that's it, guys. So yeah. And now we're gonna move into public transport. Yes, let's move into public transport. Public transport, I'm talking about the trains, like here they call it SkyTrain. I'm talking about the bus, here it's called the TransLink. In South Africa, we'll be talking about your Golden Arrow. We're going to be talking about your MyCity. I'm talking about public transport system. Or we're talking about taxis. Officially, we don't have taxis like, our 16-seater taxis. We really don't have those. Mainly the public transport here is the SkyTrain, and it's the bus system, and the water bus, the sea water bus system. Like we've got taxis, call them sea taxis, they're connecting the cities with some water in between. So I'm talking about that. So as in South Africa, that would be your Gautrain instead of the SkyTrain, all that stuff. And we talk about accessibility, reliability, and also with affordability. Okay, so one thing I like about here is how it is centralized. Centralized in a sense that you use one card system. Oh my goodness, I forgot, it's a pit. I forgot to show you. The card is called the Compass card. It's blue in color. So that card, you use that card for the, sea bus, you use that card for the SkyTrain, you use that for the, the TransLink, that is, the ordinary bus system. One card, all centralized into one card system. Unlike in South Africa, if you have to take a Gautrain, you'll have your Gautrain card, of which is not cheap. You have your Golden Arrow bus card that you need to buy. Then come our 16-seater buses of taxis, of which you have to, it's cash. So you see this decentralization at home. You are paying this, you are paying that. You haven't even taken the ride, by the way, but you've got all these cards in your wallet. You know, they are taking so much money from you, and by the time, so you maybe you might take a Gautrain train from Pretoria to Joburg. Then in Joburg, maybe you might decide to take a taxi from where, you know, and all these things are so, you know, disintegrated from each other. You're using this, you're using that. But what I like here is just the centralization. Everything is just one. It's just a unified, you know, system. One card for everything. Guys, really, I find it so easy. All you do, you make sure that your card is loaded. You can load $10, $20, $40 mainly. I'm not sure how much is the maximum. Or you can even have like a monthly, you know, a card. You know, you buy it for the entire month, especially if you are traveling between different zones. Like they have different zones of which, you know, you must have a specific, you know, you have to pay for each zone. But you know, there is a way of just, you know, load with an amount of money whereby it's easy for you to just tap everywhere you go. So I really find that really the centralization, it's so nice. You don't have to have multiple cards paying there, paying there, paying there. I find it so easy and very reliable, very reliable. The train system, I would say, during pickup times is every 3 minutes. During the day, kinds of like moves to 4, 5, 6 minutes. I'm not so 100% sure, but it's never beyond the 6 minutes. I think 6 minutes is the longest period between the trains. Very reliable, guys. I really love it, the bus system. Me being new here, so far, I don't even have an interest of even owning a car, because I feel that owning a car now, I must pay for the parking. Even if the parking is on the street, at work you have to pay for the parking. You know, it's just money, and you know that every dollar counts. Every dollar counts here, guys. So to minimize all that, I find that for me, there's even no need to have, you know, to have a car. Unless maybe in the future you stay away from where you work and all that stuff, you might decide to have a car. But for me, I'm so 100% comfortable with the public transport system. Yeah. So, to going now, let's now see who takes the crown. Canada, Mzansi. Let's see who takes the crown in the transport system. Mzansi, no offense. Canada, you rock. Canada, you rock. Your transport system is number 1. Okay. Yeah. So let's move to what did I write here? Public school. Now we're gonna move into the school system for kids. As you know that some of you, my IENs, you're gonna be moving to Canada with your kids. It's okay. Your kids, tell them not to stress. Okay. Whether your kids, remember the school year, they start in September. That is the beginning of the year, okay? Beginning of the year is September till June. Then they break June they break when? Kind of end of June, and then for 2 months, and then they open in September. So, like, as I would make an example, the girls, when you move on this side, they only did their schooling grade from January to June. So we moved here September when the opening, but September they did not go back to the grade, because meaning that if they have to go back to the same grade they did in South Africa from January to June, they will do 1 grade for 1.5 years. So they did not do that, but what they did, September they moved to another grade. Okay. So, but they said, no, mom, please don't tell them our grade. Okay, so I'm not mentioning that. Okay, but this is how it happens. So, what happens here, what I like about their school system is the flexibility. The kids, you know, moving from one, you know, grade to another grade. So the kids, they can do grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, all together at the same time. What matters is that by the end, when they reach, I would say, matric, as long as when they reach, they pass with all the modules required for secondary school. They are mixing, you know, you find out this, you're doing, let's say, chemistry, grade 11 chemistry, and then you're doing grade 12 biology, all in the same semester, of which we don't have that in South Africa, because for us, you do if grade 12 is grade 12, you can't do your grade 11 subject whereas you are doing grade 12. So I find it's a bit flexible, especially that there's a lot of people coming in different timings of the year, and even January, because they break actually in December break and they start again round about January, February. You can also join them during that period. All you do, like they've got counselors, very good, counselors, there are lots of them in the school. So every kid, all the kids, they've got their own counselors. Of course, not only one counselor per kid, I don't mean like that, but what I mean, they've got quite, a reasonable amount of the counselors in public schools, whereby they guide the kids. They will tell them, okay, combine this, combine that. They break it down from the beginning. Even when the girls came, they already know that from that time, when they finish, these are the modules they're gonna do until they finish their matric. So that one, I find it's quite nice, guys. I really instead of the kids, moving backward or whatever. So even the girls, although they miss up on the 6 months, remember, as I said, that we moved here in September, so they didn't have their grade from July till December, but it was easy for them. They catch up at the same time, moving forward with the other with other subjects. So it was quite nice. So I find that very, very, very flexible. Of course, it's just a different school system. I'm not saying that South Africa is bad, Canada is the best, but it's just a flexibility, accommodating kids without delaying them moving from one grade to another grade. So of course, no offense, Mzansi, but Canada, you take the crown here. No, you take the crown. I love your flexibility in your arranging of the school for the modules for the kids. Okay, we're going to dwell a little bit when it comes into the school. Now, let's talk just about the general setup of the public schools. Just the building, guys. Public schools in Canada, they look like universities. The building is like you are looking at the university. So beautiful. Guys, they're so beautiful. Their libraries, everything, they are really, really, really beautiful. Those that have seen, not many, but the ones that have seen, beautiful. They are really nice, guys. I don't want to lie. Compared to our public school systems, our buildings, the infrastructure and everything, I feel that we still got a long way to go, but really, they are really, really amazing. So once again, take the crown, take your crown, Canada. You're doing well when it comes into your, just the appearance, for your public school, the land, the sport grounds, everything. No offense, but you do take the crown, okay? Now let's go into private schooling in Canada versus in South Africa. No, South Africa. I feel that here, our public school, our private schools in South Africa, amazing. The land, the everything, the resources, everything I find out is really, really, really good compared to here in Canada. I've been seeing so much here. I will be a little bit skeptical to talk much about it because I don't have much exposure, with the private school systems, but the school that, I think about 2 of them, just looking in the ground, just the ground, guys, of the school system. Number 1, there's even no yard. You're just walking direct into the school. There's no gate, there's no yard, there's nothing. You just walk direct, and this is a private school system. The size of the land, the space where they practice their sport and everything, I was a bit disappointed. Maybe because of my experience with our private schools in South Africa. No, I was disappointed, guys. Now I was disappointed. Maybe I thought, these guys, you guys have got dollars, so you've got money to build, you have money to buy the land, but it's not what I thought. So yeah, when it comes into the private school system, everything, the land, the everything, everything, guys. When I say everything, I mean everything. As I say again, just based on limited exposure though, okay? I might be right, I might be wrong. I'm just talking about the limited exposure. There's 2 schools that really I saw and I went in. So yeah, on that one, no offense, Canadian private system, but South Africa, you take the crown. Your private school system is number 1. My personal experience, okay? Yeah. So yeah, now we're done with our school and the public school system. Now we're gonna move to we're gonna move just to traffic lights. I'm gonna move to traffic lights, guys. Okay, traffic lights or signals or whatever. I don't even know what do they call them, whether they call them signals, but for me it's still traffic lights. Okay, I don't know. But here I'm just gonna talk about the crossing of the traffic lights. As you know that for us in South Africa, if the street is empty, the street is empty. What am I waiting for? I cross. Whether the traffic light is red, is green, is amber, I'm crossing. There is no car on the road, so I cross. Why should I be standing? Not in Canada, you don't. That's called jaywalking, and you can be jailed for jaywalking. Yes, you heard me. You can be jailed in Canada for jaywalking, meaning that walking, passing through the street, whereas it's a red light. So careful when you come here, you wait, okay? Even if you are alone, you wait until it's green for you, okay? Actually, for in the traffic lights, guys, they've got a system. There's a button that you press. Same as we also have a button back home, okay? But here, if you did not press that button, you will not get the picture of the man walking to say, hey, now it's okay for you to walk and cross the street. You can have, there's a red, they've got a red hand on your face. It's like right on your face to say, hey, stop there, you can't walk. You know, you will feel so uncomfortable. Guys, it makes me feel so uncomfortable when I see this hand. Maybe sometimes, you know, I'm so engaged, I forgot, I was stressed from work, I was thinking, did I do everything? Did I miss out everything? Oh my goodness, maybe I'm going to get a phone call, maybe I'm going to get an email to say, hey, Zola, you forget to do this, you know. Then maybe when I go into the traffic light, I forgot to press. And now I'm like, I'm waiting, I'm like, hey, and the bus is coming. And the bus, I'm just going to see the bus, walking in front of me because I forgot to press that button. And then the next thing I'm wondering, but the cars are stopped. But the hand is right on my face. Okay, so I feel so uncomfortable to walk, guys, because I did not press. So you have to press the button so that you can have the picture of the pedestrian, a guy walking, so that you can also walk. So that's the thing, guys. But I don't know. So, but for us in South Africa, we know, guys, that no car, I cross. Red, green, yellow, I'm crossing. Sometimes you can even sometimes if people they're late, let's say you know that, oh my goodness, my bus is coming. You're not gonna wait there and you know the bus miss you. The next thing, the next bus maybe is after 1 hour waiting for the traffic light to be green. Come on, guys, you're tired, you need to go back home. Here you wait. You wait, guys, by the time you see people swinging, you know, crossing the cars, not in Canada. Not in Canada. So I'm just talking about here the compliance, the respect, you know, the people they give, you know, to the traffic signal, you know, system. It's so funny. I'm finding it so funny, guys. Sometimes I feel so like Cupid. I'm standing there, I'm alone, and the street is empty. I'm like, hello, are you okay here? But anyway, I don't do that anymore. So as I say that, who respects the traffic lights here? Oh, Canadians, guys, it's so, your compliance is just too much. But anyway, Canada, you take the crown. You take the crown. In South Africa, no car, we cross. Okay, so one funny thing, guys, I'm going to talk about here. It's so funny. It's the fish. I'm talking about fish and chips. Guys, there are no fish and chips here. And again, I'm talking about BC. This is where I am. I'm not talking about other provinces, Toronto, you know, New Brunswick, no, Albert. I'm just based on BC. And even in BC, I'm in Vancouver, right? So maybe other areas of BC is different, but I find that we're surrounded by so much water in BC, but there's no fish and chips. I find that, guys, every corner we should be having fish and chips. There is no fish and chips here. Guys, I miss fish and chips. You know, those who are from Cape Town, you know that fish and chips, the one that they're in the bus station, you know, opposite Golden Arrow. Oh my goodness, I want that fish. The one straight from the ocean right into the frying pan. That's the fish I'm talking about. when immediately when I arrive in South Africa, I'm gonna have fish. So I don't know, Canada, you're surrounded by so much water. Where is the fish? I don't know, maybe it's not, there's a reason for that. Maybe based on their research, whatever, maybe fish is not something that's desirable here. I respect that, but for me, I love fish. I'm from Cape Town. We love fish, so I don't know. So yeah, that's one thing I find it so funny, guys. I find it so funny. I find it so funny. As I say, with so much water around us. Yeah, but so anyway, so when it comes into the fish, the fresh fish, fresh from the sea to the, to the frying pan. No offense, Canada. No offense, but South Africa, your fish rocks. Yeah, your fish rocks, South Africa. Yeah, so anyway, that's it for today, guys. So yeah, tell me, write your comment, agree, disagree with me, whatever, share some other things you want to share, then we take it from there. So yeah, once again, thank you, and once again for tuning in. Mwah.
I used to think the glow was makeup, something I had to earn, but it's water in